Welcome. Welcome to our virtual party to launch our new branding and our new branding strategy. I'm John O'Donnell, Chief Executive Officer of the Michaels Organization. I'm super proud to be your teammate, super proud of what we do and who we are. Thank you for what you do every day and for making us the great organization we are. Today is about recognizing and appreciating our brilliant past of 45 years, but more importantly, it's about moving forward. Moving forward as one Michaels, truly as one Michaels, and that is what our branding is. Truly at the heart of what we're doing is one Michaels. With me is Mark, our Chief Operating Officer, and live and in person, the one and only, our founder and chairman, our fearless leader, my mentor, my dear friend, Michael Levitt. So just a quick fun fact about Mike and a little bragging a little bit. And Mike is in not one, but two Hall of Fames. He's in the Affordable Housing Hall of Fame, which we all know, but he also is in the International Game Fish Association Hall of Fame. So Mike's a world-renowned fisher person. So we have, he's a visionary leader, certainly in our affordable housing, but he's also a celebrity in his own right. So Michael, welcome.
Thank you.
And welcome, Mike. Welcome, Mark.
Thank you.
And welcome to all our teammates out there. We also have a bunch of participating sites out there helping us today. So let's start off by going to Wall Street Towers.
I'm Tina Young. I'm the regional manager for Wall Street Tower, among some other properties. I'd like to introduce Jay Russo. He's here from development.
You gotta show off that jersey.
Kelsey, and he's wearing a Patriots jersey, just so everyone knows. And next we have Kelsey Stone. She's the manager at Homestead on Ampersand. And last but not least, we have Karen Battistelli, the manager at Wall Street. Woo! The entire Wall Street Tower team. Woo! Oh, wait. And we have a really cool
Thank you, Wall Street Towers. And for the record, just in case everybody else forgot, the Eagles did win the Super Bowl by beating the New England Patriots last February. So I want to make that for all those people in New Hampshire. Let's now go to Country Club Gardens in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Good afternoon. My name is Jennifer Griffin. I am a regional property manager with Michaels Management Affordable Living, and my team and I are here at Country Club Gardens in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Country Club Gardens is a beautiful property that was developed under the Hope 6 program in partnership with our local housing authority. Country Club is an expansive property on 54 acres that offers affordable upscale units for roughly 900 individuals. Our families and seniors enjoy units with golf course and downtown skyline views and amenities such as a daycare, large recreation center, and a beauty salon. TMO's focus is on family, and in Oklahoma, you're always family.
Well done. Thank you, Jennifer. Let's go to Holly Point Commons in Rowan University in Southern New Jersey.
I'm the manager for Holly Point Commons. As they said, we're in Eagles Country, South Jersey, the Philadelphia area, and everyone's excited about the game tonight.
Yeah.
We're 1,413 beds, traditional style, double occupancy for the most part. We have a partnership with Rowan University. We provide administrative mailroom services, housekeeping, and we deal with payables. Rowan provides a residential education piece and assignments. I also have a partner in crime here that I really love working with, Mr. Jamal Chambers. Yeah. And this is Holly Point Commons.
Thank you, Holly Point Commons. And next up is Fort Huachuca, which is in Sierra Vista, Arizona.
Hi everyone, I'm Jolene Cooper. This is Mountain Vista Communities at Fort Huachuca, where we service military families with Michaels Management Services.
All right, thank you, Fort Huachuca. Let's go to our West Coast corporate office in Elk Grove, California.
Wait, do you want to say Good afternoon. My name is Stacy Brock, also Regional Vice President with Michaels on the West Coast, where we support 122 properties, over 6,400 units in 6 states, including California, Arizona, Nevada, Washington, Colorado, and Hawaii, where we support 2 islands on the Hawaii Islands. We also have with us today, other than our wonderful supportive staff, we have a few of our management team from Florin Gardens, which is a neighboring property to our office. It is a HUD cooperative, and we just appreciate everyone being here today. Cheers to our new future.
Cheers!
Cheers!
Thank you, Stacy. Let's go to our warehouse here in our corporate office. Very enthusiastic. Thank you all. Thank you all for joining the celebration, and it truly is a celebration about where we're going. And I'm going to turn it over to Mark to tell us more about our branding strategy. Mark has done a fantastic job in shepherding the branding strategy last year, so thank you, Mark. We have had an amazing past, and we are positioning ourselves for unprecedented success. Look how far we've come the last 5-10 years, and what is possible the next 10 years. There's literally no limit in what we can or cannot do in the next 10 years. My direction is to act fearless in the face of limitations. There's a saying that says, what can you accomplish if you knew you couldn't fail? It's an attitude, it's in our values, and if we act truly as one Michaels, truly working together, it is completely achievable. There are no limitations. And our branding really pulls all that together. So without further ado, Mark.
Thank you, John. And I have a short PowerPoint that I'd like to share with everybody and go through. So don't you just love it when a project you're working on comes to a successful conclusion? I'm here today excited to talk to you about the conclusion of an effort by many to better define our organization to the world in order to position ourselves for future successes. So, after a year of study and strategic review, we're finally ready to celebrate the launch of our new visual identity and introduce the new way we will be telling the Michaels organization story going forward, and also to officially unveil our new logo. Drum roll, please. I know each of you have received a small flag and a postcard introducing the new logo, but this is the first time we've had the chance to get together and celebrate the exciting changes we are embracing as an organization. So what is changing? Well, obviously the logo, but more than that. What is changing is how we talk about ourselves, both internally to one another and externally to our clients, our partners, and the industry. We're not going to be talking about our individual companies like Interstate Realty Management Company or Prestige Building Company or Michaels Development Company. We're going to talk about ourselves as one Michaels team. We create housing for people. So what's with the bird on the logo? Well, we work with a very professional and creative partners to create a new logo for our organization that better represents who we are. John and I decided on the bird because we liked how it symbolically represents the impact our work has on lifting lives. John and I reviewed many iterations of draft logos that included many symbols representing the concept of lift. The bird just spoke to us. We liked the colors, the angle of the lift. We also liked how it's a handcrafted bird, which symbolizes how we craft solutions. All over the country, we craft housing solutions to communities that can transform neighborhoods and change people's lives for the better. As we talk about this new branding strategy, I want to start with a few things that are not changing. Well, we are not changing who we are changing how we tell our story. We've been successfully lifting lives for almost a half a century, but we just haven't talked about it this way. What's also not changing, and this is important, your job or your role with the organization. your supervisor or your manager, the operating company that you work for. We obviously have to keep the operating companies in place for tax reasons and for guarantee reasons, so all the companies will remain intact. That's not going to change. We're not going to change your TMO address. That's going to stay the same. And of course, your importance to the organization will not change. So we're going to be talking about one team that together can bring comprehensive housing solutions to communities nationwide. We will be talking about our areas of expertise and what we actually do: development, management, construction, and finance, rather than the individual companies that made up the organization that we spoke about historically. And we will talk about the markets that we serve: affordable, student, military, and conventional market rate multifamily housing. So why do we want to make this change? Well, we're not trying to fix what wasn't broken. There are really two reasons why we're focused on this change. First, our growth and diversification over the last 45 years meant we were telling a bunch of stories, not just one story about who we are. I think the very first bullet point in this slide is impactful. It's a comprehensive advantage to us to be one organization that does it all, rather than many companies that does one thing. The leadership here believes we can drive business more effectively by presenting ourselves as one integrated organization that does it all. Secondly, the leadership also believes talking about ourselves as one team and one organization will help us feel more like one team. It will help us work together better across companies and across functions. And of course, we want everyone here to feel part of one team, united in purpose. Along with the new flag, each of you were sent a card describing our new vocabulary. The basic message is that we're all going to be Michaels, the name that honors our founder and chairman and recalls where our story began. This is just a small sampling of how we want our team to define our organization going forward. Of course, there are many details to attend to, such as email signatures, signs, business cards, letterhead, and so forth. Our marketing team is currently finalizing a brand guide that will give everyone further instruction on how to leverage our new logo, mission, vision, and brand promise in their work products. We will be discussing these issues at the upcoming corporate retreat later this month, and further instructions to all of you will follow. One last thing I want to touch on, and that's our core values. We introduced these core values earlier this year when we started talking about this new branding strategy. These values are the evolution of our corporate culture statement. They are important to how we work together because lifting lives includes lifting the lives of one another. When we talk about building communities, we need to remember that one of our most important communities is the one right here, our Michaels organization family. That's what we're really celebrating today. You and your teammates and everyone at Michaels organization who comes to work every day and makes a difference by lifting lives. So, as John said, thank you for all you do every day, for your commitment to our team and your teammates, and for your dedication to upholding our important brand promise of lifting lives and helping to leave a Michaels legacy of making the world a better place to live wherever we build in management. So here's to our next 45 years, guys. So a lot of information I went through quickly on how we're going to reposition ourselves and talk about ourselves moving forward. If you have any questions about our new brand, you can direct questions to marketing@tmo.com, and someone from the marketing team will get back to you to answer those questions. I'd like to now turn it over to Joe Coyle in the warehouse, who I think is going to sing us a song and talk a little bit about our mission of bringing comprehensive solutions to communities to create housing that jumpstarts education, civic engagement, and neighborhood prosperity. So take it away, Joe.
Thank you, Mark. I'm only going to sing you a song if you're being punished. I just want to start by saying about 5 or 6 years ago, I was in Boston meeting with the mayor. A few of us were together meeting with the mayor. And he shared with us that by 2030, he needed tens of thousands of homes in affordable housing, tens of thousands of student beds, tens of thousands of essential housing, or workforce housing as we call it, and another tens of thousands of senior housing. As he mentioned all these things, it occurred to me that back then, we do all those things. We do all of those things. So the first thing I said to him is that we're a very mission-based company. As Mark pointed out, I wish I had had the words 5 or 6 years ago to say that we lift lives, because that's what we've always been doing. But I did mention to him that we do all these different things. And we've been talking to the mayor of that city and many other cities for the last 5 years about just doing that. What we didn't have was kind of the right team to pull together to say, here's what we're going to do or not going to do, because we were in kind of separate silos. And we've worked very well together on multiple projects already, so this isn't the first time we're going to do this. We've already practiced quite a bit. But this is the first time we're going to actually take down some walls, take down some barriers, and take people that have a lot of talent in very different skill sets, very different areas, and bring them together to talk to cities and towns. Camden, Boston, Oakland, California, Chicago, I don't care where you are in the country. Every city has these problems today. There's 38 million new homes expected to be built or needed to be built in the next 40 years. So we've had the last 45, the next 40, there's 38 million homes that need to be built to cover just the increase in population for this country. I'm excited by the prospect of being able to knock down these walls. I'm excited by the prospect of being able to bring a team of people together and just call ourselves one name, Michaels, when we walk in and talk about what we're doing for a living. I'm really looking forward to being a part of this new branding, this new approach to facing cities. And I believe it's exactly what we do. We solve problems for cities. We solve their housing needs. Here's the Lifting Lives, if I can do it. Oh my God. All right. And now for my song.
That was somewhat a wah, wah, wah moment. That totally should have been better. Apologize for that. Thanks, Joe. Thank you, Mark. I want to talk a little bit about our core values, and this is truly at the heart of who we are. Who we are and what we do every day is our values as a company, and it certainly portrays that way. And Lifting Lives, as Joe and Mark is saying, it's not just a saying. It's actually what we do, for a living, and how we affect people's lives and really changing people's lives. And it's actually a lot of pressure putting that on our brand, putting that on our logo, and say that's who we are, that's what we do. So we definitely have to walk the walk, and it's up to each and every one of us to do that every day. And whether you're the maintenance superintendent, doing something very small, small things, change the world, those little acts, and that's what we do at that level. Because Joe just talked about changing cities. That's the spectrum we're dealing with, and it's completely achievable. So Lifting Lives, and I talked about it a few times, across the country, the last few years is where we're going with the brand, through the military. So we put it in terms of our military. We live lives in the military by providing the men and women who are fighting overseas or within a country to protect our freedoms. So we're giving their family a safe, decent home so the men and women can do their jobs. So they don't have to worry about, are their children, have a safe place to live? Is it a good neighborhood? Is their wife or husband or loved ones being taken care of? You do that. And so you hear from soldiers, that are in Afghanistan saying, you don't know how much, peace of mind that is that you guys give my family. And that's the ultimate. Student housing, we're giving the kids of our generation, the next generation, change the world. So we're giving them a place where they can thrive and inspire each other, inspire others to change the world. Affordable housing, we're lifting lives. We're giving people a home that they may not otherwise have. I talk often about the home is where your stories begin. And for 100,000 residents, we have lots of new beginnings and lots of new stories. So some of the core values, there's 8 of them. They could seem like a little quirky at times, but it's who we are and what we do. And we're super proud of that. We spent a lot of time, as Mark said, we spent a year doing all this and going through these, and it really represents us. It's fun, it's hardworking, it's execution and changing people's lives. It's a huge directive, it's a huge goal, but certainly it's attainable as we work together as one Michaels. Again, that's what Lifting Lives, our new branding, is all about. So I want to introduce Mike Levitt. He's going to talk about, I want to introduce Joe Purcell. He's going to talk about one of our core values. Joe, please come up. Thank you.
Thanks, John. Good afternoon, everybody. Yes, good morning, Hawaii. I will be speaking briefly today about one of Michael's 8 core values. I am going to address number 7 of 8, which is do well by doing the extraordinary, giving back. I was born along with my 4 brothers in a row home in Southwest Philadelphia. Neither my mom nor my dad attended college, but through their love and guidance, all 5 of us went to college, and I owe them big time for that. Looking back, I never thought I would get to where I am today. Through hard work, great mentoring from my parents, my wife, Mike Levitt, John O'Donnell, and Mark Morgan, some good luck, and being at the right place at the right time, I have succeeded pretty well at Michaels. And my staff too has a lot to do with that. For them, I thank you very much. With success, however, comes responsibility. First, all of us must continue to grow the company wisely. And secondly, we need to give back. Giving back to me is twofold. We give back internally and we give back externally. By giving back internally, we need to teach, train, and give guidance to the younger team members who will step up and replace us in the near future. And these are the people that will bring Michaels up to the next level. Giving back externally means giving back to others in need. Nobody sets a better example of giving back than Mike and Pat Levitt. And for them, I owe a lot. They've taught me so much. Mike and Pat give back through their educational foundation, through Better Tomorrows, and just plain helping people live their lives. Personally, I am trying to do my part by serving on nonprofit boards, the finance committee at my church, annually sponsoring a student in need at Temple University, and I'm going into my 17th year of coaching CYO basketball. So as you all can gather, I'll be selling chances again in January. Why am I saying all this? Because by helping others, you are not just helping yourselves become a better person, you're also helping yourself grow professionally. In addition, you're also putting the Michaels organization into a better light, both internally and externally. Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Joe. I'm going to ask Mike Levitt to come on up. Michael? You guys see this? I got a very big thumb. And this is our first Cultural Ambassador Award. I'm going to put it on Mike Levitt for all he's done for us. Michael? I'm going to hand it to Michael.
I look around, I see all of you. And I think about our 2,000 employees. And it's hard to believe that only 4 people how far we've come. We collect more than $1 million every working day. Thanks, John. In rents. And we're the #1 owner of affordable housing in the country and a leader in student and military housing also. John, Mark, and Laura told me that 2 of our core values come directly from me. Going out a little further, which I do when I was catching my world record fish. You got to go out and keep at it till you do it. It's the same with you guys doing your jobs. You just got to keep at them till you do them. And carpe diem. And they call it carpe diem to make it sound fancy. But what it means is seize the day. In other words, take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. I graduated Dickinson College in 1952. I went to Dickinson to go to law school. And between my junior and senior year vacations, I went to work as a real estate salesperson, sold a house, and made a $300 commission. Wow, that was a lot of money in those days. So I said, who wants to be a lawyer? I'll go into the real estate business. Off I went selling row houses. The federal government, that's FHA, then came out with programs to develop affordable multifamily rental housing. And I jumped in, right in there with carpe diem, seize the day. I was good at math. I had no capital, but I did some of the first programs in the entire country. I made a partnership with Jack Sobel, a local builder and former partner of my dad. He had a net worth of $300,000. Mine was $0. Then off we went in the 60s. We merged our company in September of 1970 in the U.S. Homes and New York Stock Exchange Company. I was 39 years old. They gave us a check for multi-millions of dollars, and we were finally financially independent. My partner Jack was killed in our plane crash in April of '72. I took over the company. And remember, when the president of U.S. Homes visited us late in '72, he asked me how many college masters of business, MBAs, did I have working for me? I said, none. He said, well, you got to get MBAs to run your various divisions. And he came back 8 months later and said, how was I doing? I said, well, I've hired masters to run 4 of our divisions, but there's only one problem. He said, what's that? I said, we ain't making no money. That was the end of my being a public company. It just wasn't for me. In September of '73, I left U.S. Homes and went on my own, formed the Michaels Development Company. And here we are 45 years later. And you guys and girls work your butts off so to make sure that my weekends begin on Tuesday. Now, let me tell you, we were not always welcome bringing affordable housing into a community. Frank Nash and I bought a piece of ground for 150 units in Park Springs, town in suburban Philadelphia. And it was zoned for 150 units, so we didn't need any zoning changes. We told them we were going to develop a 150-unit affordable housing project. Went to our first council meeting to get a building permit, but they gave us some excuse. And I remember had their meetings on the first Tuesday of the month because we went to the next 6 meetings and got turned down. I then had my lawyer write each council person and sue them personally if they didn't give me a permit at their next meeting. And the day after the meeting, I got a call telling me to pick up the building permit, just pick it up the next day. But let me tell you what a great job you guys and girls have done. 30 years after we developed this Park Springs community, it received a national award as one of the outstanding affordable housing communities in the nation. And in order to get that award, they needed letters of recommendation from both the police and the fire companies. They both gave it. They were excited. They said we were terrific, best management, and that our social service programs were sensational. Now, I'll sign off by telling you that we're a great business where you can house those in need and make a good living. How about that? You can do good for the people and still make a good living. And don't forget our college scholarship programs, 209 this year, over $7 million since we started. And how about Pat and her Save the Dogs? Pat put up a fund of $2.5 million to pay for people who needed vet care and couldn't afford to pay it. It's administered out of New York City's up there in New York City. And her program had just afford the vet bills. And I happen to know that the vet bills are really outstanding because yesterday I took my doggie to the vets for his annual checkup and it was $700. So I just want to thank you for all being a part of this.
So we're going to go to Wall Street Towers. We're going to do some pinnings of our new logo, and again, its logo represents who we are, what we do, and it's pretty cool to be the original recipients of our new cultural ambassador. So we're going to go to Wall Street Towers. Gina.
Hello. So I have a few pins to give today. And this first one is going to start with someone from Wall Street Tower. And she's not expecting to receive this pin today, but she is our leasing queen. And as the leasing queen, she lifts lives every day by giving them an amazing place to live. And leasing at a high-end conventional property like Wall Street Tower isn't always easy, but Jen makes it look like a walk in the park. And we appreciate her every day. So Jennifer Zakharoff. With the pins on. And I'm going to move on to our next recipient, who is also from Wall Street Tower. And one thing I've noticed about this person is that he is funny, and he makes me laugh every time I'm here. He brings me chocolate. But the biggest thing about you, Rich, is that you are so committed to excellence. And the residents recognize it in every single survey. They award you with excellent scores. You are committed to quality. You go above and beyond. And that's all we can ask for from anyone.
Thank you.
So congratulations. There you go. She's gonna put the pin on you.
Don't mess out.
All right, so I have one more pin to give out. And I know this person isn't expecting it, but she came a long way to get it today. And that is Kelsey, who works at Homestead on Ampersand. All by herself. Come on up here, girl. She works so hard every day. She's independent. She has no choice but to be independent. And she's strong, and she's an eager, avid learner, always wanting to do more and do it great. You have great ideas. You're awesome. You rock. And we love you. And you're part of Team Fabulous. Woo! Here we go. Please, girl. Kelsey Stone. All right, let me see. I'm trying to rush. And so when I rush, I shake, and here we go. And it's hot, so here we go. All right, I think I got it. There you go. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gina. Now we're going to go to Jennifer at Country Club Gardens. Jennifer?
Today, I have the pleasure of pinning just an absolutely excellent manager that has worked with me for about 5 years. She's just amazing. There's so many things I can say about her, but she goes further every day, whether it is working with her seniors, as well as also leading her team to achieve a 94 on a REAC inspection that occurred last week. And then a couple of weeks before that, she got an above average on an MOR. I appreciate her more than anything. So congratulations, Amber Allen.
Thank you, Jennifer. Now we're going to go to Kyle at Holly Springs County. Kyle?
Hi, everybody. I'm going to read mine. Since joining our maintenance team last November, Brian Kanaya has not only fulfilled his maintenance technician duties, including after-hours response during rain, snow, or shine, Brian has also suggested and implemented technical innovations that have made our operation more efficient and cost-saving. These implementations include internal office and supply room cameras, inventory supply tracking, and automated mailroom package notification and signature tracking. By suggesting and Hi, everybody. Our call dropped. Go Verizon. By suggesting and installing these innovations, Brian has helped us farther as we serve our stakeholders and endeavor to be a community that lifts lives. I don't know what's been heard. Brian is an honest yet respectful communicator and employs and appreciates a sense of humor. Brian also helped recruit our newest employee, our excellent maintenance technician, Bruce. And Brian also knows all the best places to eat in South Jersey, and we often entrust him with staff meals. So Brian, we thank you for being a TMO cultural ambassador.
Thank you. Now we're going to switch over to Nancy in Fort Huachuca. Nancy?
Hi, everyone. We'd like to recognize a couple of our outstanding teammates here at Huachuca. First will be Nicole Watterson. She's our leasing specialist. That not only does she help our military families move into their homes each and every day, she will recognize our core value of I got your back by going out and helping her teammates do inspections so the military families didn't have to wait on anything and was able to move into their home right away. So thank you, Nicole, for all that you do every day. Next, we'd like to recognize Javier Cordova. He is a groundskeeper, and he recognized our core value of doing well by doing the extraordinary. Not only is he does a great job in assisting keeping our grounds beautiful here at Fort Huachuca, he also assists all of his other teammates in any other duties, helping them with move-ins, readies, and painting, flooring. Anything's asked from him, he is there to lend a hand. So thank you, Javier.
Thank you, Nancy. Now we're going to go to Elk Grove at our West Coast corporate office. Stacy and Mary.
Woo! Hi guys, so today we have the honor of presenting one of our teammates as the cultural ambassador here from our Elk Grove office, who is just exceptional, you know, truly a go-to, is an exceptional teammate, a wonderful colleague. And before I announce it, if we can raise our glasses.
Mine's already empty, sorry.
A
little ahead of time.
So, Michelle Warfield, if you'll stand.
Oh.
Michelle Warfield has been with us since the transition of the PM properties in 2010. She is our senior regional accounting manager, and I can't say enough about the knowledge that Michelle has about not just the portfolio that she supports, but all of the portfolios within the regional accounting manager's responsibilities. Over the years, I can recall Michelle not only supporting the properties that fall under her, but she has done the job of 2 or 3 regional accounting managers at multiple times throughout the years. She does it with a smile. She always is there to answer questions, whether it's in her area of responsibility or not, and we just appreciate you. Long overdue, so congratulations.
Thank you, Stacy, Mary, and I sure hope that's apple cider you guys are drinking out there. Good thing HR can't see you guys. So next up, we have some pins we're going to have in the warehouse. So Mark, can you come back up?
Thanks, John. We're not doing any pinnings here in the warehouse, but I would be remiss if I didn't take a second and thank the entire marketing team for all their efforts that they did on this rebranding of the organization. You know, Laura, Stacy, Ebony, and Paige, you guys worked tirelessly on it, and you got us to a great place. So we're gonna have a ceremonial raising of our new flag and a cutting of the cake. And I'm gonna ask Tim from 11 Cooper, Curry from our HR department, and Kamal to please come up. We're gonna do a ceremonial raising of the flag and cutting of our beautiful logo on a cake. Beautiful. And Kamal, if I could ask you to do the ceremonial cutting of our cake. And now we're cycling through goodbyes. What are we doing, Laura?
Thank you and goodbyes.
Well, thank you, everyone. Again, this was an exciting effort that we put together. I'm really excited about our new logo and the way we're going to talk about ourselves in the future. So are we going to scroll through the other attendees if they want to say goodbye?
Holly Point Commons. Country Club.
Yeah.